There is one skill, just one, that if you genuinely develop it, will change every single relationship in your life. Your friendships get deeper. Your romantic relationships become more real. People at work start respecting you differently. Strangers open up to you within minutes. And the frustrating feeling of being misunderstood, overlooked, or just never quite connecting the way you want to, that starts to fade. This skill is not confidence. It's not charisma. It's not knowing how to tell great stories or having a sharp sense of humor. Those things are useful, but they're not the one. The skill I'm talking about is something most people think they already have, and almost nobody actually does. It's the ability to make someone feel genuinely heard, not just listened to, not just nodded at while you wait for your turn to speak, but truly, deeply heard, in a way that makes them feel like what they're saying matters, like they matter, like the person in front of them is actually present and actually cares. I know what you might be thinking. Listening. That's the big secret. That's the one skill that changes everything. Stick with me, because what I'm about to show you is not what you think listening is. And once you see the difference between what most people do and what genuinely great listeners do, you'll immediately understand why one group of people moves through life with magnetic ease, while everyone else keeps wondering why their connections never go deep enough. Let's start with a hard truth. Most people are terrible listeners. Not because they're selfish or bad people, but because nobody ever taught them what real listening actually looks like. We go through years of school learning how to speak, how to write, how to present, how to argue a point. Nobody teaches us how to receive. And so, we develop this habit, completely unconsciously, of listening to respond rather than listening to understand. Here's what that looks like in a real conversation. Someone starts telling you about a problem they're dealing with. And while they're talking, your brain is already doing three things simultaneously. It's processing what they're saying on the surface. It's searching your own memory for a similar experience you can share. And it's composing your response, your advice, your opinion, your related story, so that it's ready to go the moment they pause. By the time they finish talking, you've technically heard the words, but you weren't actually with them while they said it. You were already somewhere else, in your own head, preparing your contribution. And people feel that. They might not be able to name it, but they feel it. There's a subtle but unmistakable difference between talking to someone who is fully present and talking to someone who is just waiting for their turn. And here's the consequence. When people sense they're not truly being heard, they do one of two things. They either shut down and stop sharing. They keep things surface level. They give you the safe version of themselves, not the real one. Or they keep talking, keep repeating themselves, keep going in circles, because they're unconsciously trying to get the feeling of being understood that they haven't gotten yet. You've probably experienced both. A friend who never really opens up. A conversation that goes on forever without actually going anywhere. Both are the same problem underneath, someone trying to be heard by someone who doesn't know how to truly listen. So what does real listening actually look like? Because this is where most explanations stop at. Make eye contact and don't interrupt, which is the bare minimum, not the skill. Real listening starts before you say a single word. It starts with a decision, a deliberate, conscious choice to be fully in this conversation. Not half in while you check your phone mentally. Not planning your response while they talk. Not connecting their story to yours before they'd even finished theirs. Just here, with them, following where they're going. The first part of this is what psychologists call attunement. It means you're not just tracking the words, you're tracking the emotion underneath the words. Because what people say and what they mean are often two completely different things. Someone says, "I'm fine," and you can hear that they're not. Someone tells you about a conflict at work and frames it as funny or trivial, but underneath there's frustration or fear or hurt that they haven't named yet. A real listener catches that gap. They notice what's being said and what's being felt, and they respond to both. The way you do that is by paying attention to three things at once: the words, the tone, and the body. What someone says is only one layer. How they say it, the pace, the hesitation, the moments where their voice drops or tightens, that's another layer. And what their body does while they talk. Whether they lean in or pull back, whether they make eye contact or look away, whether their energy is open or closed. That's the third layer. When all three are telling the same story, you know they're giving you the surface version. When the words say one thing and the tone or body says another, that's where the real conversation is hiding. The second part of real listening is what you do with what you hear, and this is where most people go wrong even if they're paying attention. The default response to anything someone shares, especially if it's a problem or something emotional, is to immediately move to advice, reassurance, or your own related story. You should do this. Don't worry, it'll be fine. Oh, that's like what happened to me when, and while those responses are well-intentioned, they almost always land wrong, because they shift the focus away from the person talking. They send the message, unconsciously, that you're more interested in solving or relating than in actually understanding. The response that makes people feel genuinely heard is almost never advice. It's reflection. It's taking what they said, what they felt, what you noticed underneath, and giving it back to them in a way that shows you caught it. It sounds like you're not just tired of the situation, you're starting to feel invisible. It seems like the thing that's really bothering you isn't what happened, it's that nobody seemed to notice it bothered you. When you reflect something true back to someone, something they felt but hadn't put into words yet, the reaction is almost always the same. Their face changes. Their body relaxes. And they say some version of, yes, exactly. Because for maybe the first time in that conversation, they feel understood. That feeling, the feeling of being truly understood, is one of the most powerful human experiences there is. People are starving for it. And the person who consistently gives it to them becomes irreplaceable. Not because of how smart they are, not because of how entertaining or impressive or attractive they are, but because they make people feel seen. And feeling seen is something almost everyone is quietly desperate for. The third part of this skill, the part that separates good listeners from genuinely transformational ones, is knowing when to stay in the feeling with someone instead of moving past it. We're culturally trained to get through uncomfortable emotions as fast as possible. To fix the problem, lighten the mood, find the silver lining. And while those instincts come from a good place, they often rob people of the thing they actually need, which is just to have their experience acknowledged without someone immediately trying to change it. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing that tries to fix anything. That sounds genuinely hard. I don't think I realized how much that was affecting you. I'm glad you told me. Those sentences don't solve anything. They don't offer wisdom or advice or a better perspective. They just say, I'm here, I see you, this is real, and it matters. And for a lot of people, that's the thing they needed more than any solution. Now, why does this skill change everything? Why is it the one that sits above confidence and charisma and all the other things people spend years trying to develop? Because every relationship in your life, every single one, runs on the currency of feeling understood. When people feel that with you, they trust you, they open up to you, they want to be around you, they defend you when you're not in the room. They remember you when opportunity shows up. They call you when things are good and when things fall apart. Not because you are impressive, because you were present, because you made them feel like they mattered. Confidence gets people to notice you. Charisma gets people to enjoy you. But the ability to make someone feel truly heard, that's what makes people need you in their life. And the beautiful thing about this skill, unlike confidence, unlike charisma, unlike wit, is that it's not something you either have or you don't. It's a practice. It's a choice you make every single time someone starts talking to you. You choose to put your response on pause. You choose to follow them instead of pulling them toward you. You choose to look for what's underneath instead of just what's on the surface. And the more you make that choice, the more natural it becomes, until it's not something you do, it's just who you are. Start with one conversation this week. Just one. Go into it with one intention. Not to say something good, not to come across well, not to be interesting, just to understand. To really, fully understand what the person in front of you is trying to communicate. Feeling but not saying, needing but not asking for. See what happens. I think you'll be surprised how different a conversation feels when someone in it is genuinely trying to hear. That's the one skill, the one that changes everything, and most people spend their whole lives never knowing they were missing it. If this one hit home, leave a comment. I want to know if there's someone in your life you realize you haven't actually been listening to. And if you're not subscribed yet, do it now. Every week, one video, one skill, real change. I'll see you in the next one.